Hey everyone, CLJOHN here. So I've been meaning to do this video for quite some time, so let me get it out now while I have the opportunity. So this is going to be about which apps do I use while I am out here trucking. So I don't use a lot, but what I do use, I think they're very valuable. So I'm going to share them with you guys here today, and you guys may have other apps that are similar, if not better, and I would like for you to comment down below, let me know what you use, and yeah, we can help each other out on this. All right, so starting on my screen here, top left, as you can see, I use Google Maps. Now I do have a Samsung Galaxy Android, so if you have an iPhone, I don't think you can use, or I think Apple has their own map system, I'm not sure. But I have Google Maps, so that's what I use, so I'm gonna go ahead and click in there just to kind of go over it real quick. Everybody knows Google Maps. I mean, even if you have Apple, you should know what a Google Map is. It's pretty much the standard. Main reason why I use it is, well, for a couple things. One, I do like to route if I'm going somewhere. So if I'm going, for example, to San Francisco. There we go, San Francisco Zoo, we do that, right? I'm gonna hit directions. So there, that's how many miles it is from my current location. It's about a 4-hour drive, 3 hours and 58 minutes according to Google Maps. That is not going to be accurate in the truck because Google Maps is for regular cars, regular passenger cars. So it doesn't account for the speed that you will be traveling, because it thinks you're traveling in a car. So what could be a 65 or 70 mile per hour speed limit in California for a car, in a truck it's only going to be around 50 to 55. So that 3 hours and 58 minutes, I would probably add an hour to that. And also the turn-by-turn directions are not accurate for a truck or a large vehicle. They're, again, for passenger cars. It's not going to take into account the length of your vehicle, the weight of your vehicle, which will significantly dictate which routes you can or cannot take. So, another thing I like about Google Maps is I will zoom in. Here, let's go to where I am right now. There we go. I can zoom in to see where can I park for the day? How is my ship or receiver laid out? How does their dock look? So this is where I'm going right here. Picked suite. So that's where I'm currently parked, where that blue dot is, because I'm waiting for them to open. And I know that I need to dock right there. That's the dock I'm dealing with. So I got to pull into this driveway, do some sort of U-turn, and dock into one of those open doors. That's what I'm dealing with. So I will do that with just about every single one of my trips as part of my pre-planning and pre-tripping. So I know what I'm doing, where I'm going. I like to keep Google Maps running in the background with directions, also for traffic. This is really the only app you can get that has live time traffic. So if there's a slowdown, there's any kind of delay, if there's a speed trap, if there's an accident, Google Maps will automatically tell me while I have it running in the background. So that's why I use Google Maps. Of course, I have my Pandora, gotta listen to music while I'm on the road, and the Weather Channel. So sorry, some of these apps do not go horizontal automatically, so it might look kind of weird. But there I am right now. I'm in Santa Maria, California, 62 degrees. I like to go to the, right here, and see details. I like to see what's the forecast, what's going on, the precipitation, wind, how hot or how cold is it going to be. Look at all that information for the city I'm going to or where I'm at currently. So the Weather Channel is really good as far as being up-to-date information. And but if I want to know what's going on along my route, I use this one. This is highway weather. Next one over to the top row, one towards the right. Highway weather. Again, it's not gonna go horizontal, but that's all right. I don't use it for their GPS. If you get the free version, all you're gonna be able to do is look at weather along your route. You're not gonna be able to use their navigation, which I don't anyway. So I do use the free version here. So basically I'm going to say, right here it says current location, going to North Platte, Nebraska. So let's just do that. I'm going to hit search. All right, so now I can see, well, it gives me 3 different routes I can select from, whichever route I'm going on. So we'll select this one, says going through Wyoming. Wyoming, I know it has a lot of wind. So if that's the route I have to go, let's take a look. So if you hit drive now, that's gonna be the paid version, but I have the free version, so I can't do that. I'm going to hit the plan ahead button that's available on the free version. So now you have the option, traveling, I have my speed set, you go with your settings, you could set your speed. I have mine set for 60 miles per hour maximum. So with that said, it'll tell me that it's gonna take me 23 hours, almost 24 hours to get there from where I am right now. If I left at 4:58, if I leave now, I will arrive at 4:58 p.m. on Monday, based on current weather conditions. And it's also giving me my best departure time, which is 6 p.m. Sunday, which is tonight. I usually don't play with any of that because I don't use this for navigation. But here we are. So Santa Maria right now, 63 degrees. There is a weather alert. Let's see what the weather alert is. Air quality, yeah. So all of these cities are going to be along that route, going towards North Platte, Nebraska. So I can see weather. California City, Barstow, California. I can see wind, I can see precipitation, I can see everything, and it's time stamped. So if you look down at the bottom where it says drag to adjust, it says 4 p.m. Departure time. So that's if I were to leave right now at 4 p.m. I can actually adjust that back and forth. If I was going to leave, like for example, tomorrow morning, so I say let's leave at 5 a.m. tomorrow on Monday. Now my route will update with all the information. Now in Santa Maria at tomorrow morning when I leave, it's gonna be 47 degrees, mostly cloudy. And then again, here's all the places I'll be traveling through. And according to the time that I leave and the miles per hour that I have set, which is 60 for my maximum, is gonna give you the times of these cities as I pass through them. And what I'm looking for when I scroll down is, I'm gonna look at my winds, I'm going to look at weather, looking at anything that's going to be an issue for me along my route. Ice, snow. There are 27 degrees in Tipton, Wyoming. That's at 10 p.m. on Monday. Most likely I'd be shut down by that time. Wind is 26 miles per hour. That's not a big deal for my truck, even on a light load. Anything over 40 miles per hour, then I would want to be a heavy load. Anything over 50 to 60 miles per hour, probably going to get shut down no matter how heavy I am. So that's what I like about this app. Let's go back out. Of course, it's a free version, so commercials. And next we have a calculator, because I don't know how to math. I definitely need this while I'm adding whatever I need to add. And every phone should have a calculator on it, so I have that set to my page here. So this page right here is set for every app that I use while I drive in the truck. And also my phone is set up for voice activation, so I never have to touch my phone while I'm driving. So it's kind of like Siri for the iPhones. For Samsung, it's Bixby. So I don't want to say it because it'll activate right now, but I say something, whatever my phrase is, to open up the Bixby settings, and I can basically tell it to do whatever I want. I can tell it to make a phone call. I can say, hey, text my wife this, and it'll open up my text messages, type what I just said. Then it'll just say confirm yes or no. I'll say yes or no. If I like, if she understood me and wrote the text properly and all that, it'll send. If I want to watch or listen to a Pandora, I just say, I'll ask my Bixby to open up the Pandora, and it'll open it up. So make sure you set up your voice commands on your phones if you have them. Really, really convenient. All right, so moving on. Let's go down to the second row, all the way to the left where it says Prime Mobile. Now this is not going to apply to everybody. It's only going to it's not going to apply for everybody. It's only going to apply to you if you're a Prime driver. We do have our own app, and you could literally do anything in this app that you could do on your Qualcomm You can send messages. You can check your hours of service. You can send messages on the Qualcomm. You can look at your hours. You can look at your load assignments. You can actually submit your trip documents, report an accident, if you need directions, road assist, claims. All of this is right here in your Prime app. And there's so much more to it than that. I don't want to get too detailed with it because this does not apply to everybody. But if you are with Prime, even in the PSD student phase, you have access to this from day one out of your orientation. Get on there, learn it. It's really important. This is also where I see all my miles. I hear a lot of people ask, how do I know how many miles I have while I'm in TNT? Right here. It says right here. You just go to your dispatch. Right here. This is my Hermiston, Oregon to Santa Maria, California load. I'm going to click on that. And if I scroll down, right here, we'll start from the top, right? I'm dispatched. My load temperature is 36 degrees, proto-sensitive. Loaded miles, 955. Empty or deadhead miles, 252. My total miles for this trip, 1207, 1,207. Okay, so I would take that 1,207, I would notate it on my little notebook or my cheat sheet or my brain, whatever you want to call it, where I have all my information written down, my truck number, trailer number, all the information I need. So basically when I get out of my truck to go check into a shipper receiver, or if I need to put fuel at the pump, I have all that information on a piece of paper on my notepad in front of me. Okay, that's where I write my miles every single trip. So every single page has one trip information. I would put that miles, and at the end of the week, I would just add up my miles. So that way I know how many miles do I have left for my training. And I still do that to this day. I record how many miles do I have every single trip. So at the end of the week, I know basically what my paycheck's gonna be just by looking at my miles and adding how many cents I get paid per mile. And it gives me a ballpark, you know, minus taxes, it gives me a ballpark what my paycheck's gonna be. All right, moving on. Next one to the right is Comdata Onroad. So again, once you join Prime, and if you are in other companies that use this, I'm not gonna log into it because you'll see personal information, but basically you log into here and you see your Comdata account balances or anything to do with your Comdata card, it'd be on that app right there. All right, so moving to the next one to the right, Pilot Flying J rewards, okay? So every single truck stop has their own rewards program. Sign up for them because yes, as a company driver, even though you don't pay for fuel, you'll still get these rewards, and these rewards count towards free showers, free food, free parking. You can use it, you know, for the reserved parking. I don't know about every single truck stop, but I know for sure Love's, you can also use your points to do laundry. Some of these laundry places cost $3, almost $4 to do laundry. So you come in here and you keep track. Keep track, because already I have points to redeem at this. What is this? The Pilot? What did I click on? Yeah, Pilot. So for Pilot, I have 2,213 points, and I think that's basically, I think it's a penny per point. I could be mistaken. So basically, that'd be $22.13. I could be wrong. But those points do turn into money at the gas station. So you cannot use those points for fuel. So if you're a lease owner operator, you can't use those points for your fuel since you're paying for fuel for your fuel, unfortunately. You can only use it for merchandise, showers, and like I said, at Love's you can use it for doing laundry. One thing I also like about these apps, and every single major fuel company has this, is you can fuel from your app. So I'm too far away, so it can't register where the nearest Pilot is, but if I was at a Pilot where it says you're too far away, the actual address to that Pilot would pop up. I would confirm that's where I am, and I could literally do everything that you would do at the fuel pump on the app. So once I do that, it'll give me a code. I actually showed this in a video. If you go back to look at my other videos where I showed how to fuel a Freightliner, I actually show you, I actually show this page while I'm using it. So go back and check that video if you want to see how it looks exactly. Anyways, So you basically get a confirmation code. Some other places it just says you're ready to fuel. It asks you for your pump number, you put it in, or on this one, you just get out, you put your code in at whatever pump you're at, and you start fueling. It's pretty simple. And also with Pilot, I don't know about other apps, but you get extra points just for using the app instead of using your Comdata card at the pump itself. So same thing with Love's. It shows, you open it up, it'll show your status. So 833 points here at Love's. That would be $8.33. So the nearest Love's to where I'm at right now is in Los Hills, California. I'm not sure if that's right. But I could visit store, and that would give me all the information for that store, the address, the phone number, what amenities they have, showers, laundry, what kind of restaurants or fast food they have at that particular location. I could do a shower check-in. I can actually check in for a shower through the app. I don't have to go up to the cashier and say, hey, can I get a shower? And they give you a receipt. You can do it all right here from the app, and it'll give you a confirmation number. You punch that into the door at the shower and you walk right in. Don't even have to deal with nobody. And then of course, fuel purchases, same thing. It'll ask you for your sign-in information, which I won't do because it'll show confidential information. But basically, again, it'll ask you for your trip number, truck number, all the information they want, and it'll activate your fuel pumps. And I won't go into much detail, but same thing with the TA Petro. It's the exact same thing. All three apps, they work the same. There's a point system. You can set up your Comdata card to fuel through the apps. You can request your showers. You can even request reserved parking spots if you like spending your money to reserve parking spots. All right, moving on. Third row down to the left, Trucker Path. Okay, so a lot of people really like Trucker Path, and a lot of people talk about it, and I don't dislike it. Trucker Path actually reached out to me a long time ago when I first started my YouTube channel, and once it started growing, they actually reached out to me and asked if I would review their app, which I said, sure, yeah, no problem, and they said, well, we'll go ahead and give you a free service if you talk about it in your videos. So I said, okay, great. As you can see, it is not the free service because they deactivated me because I have not talked about it like I said I would. And the reason I have not is because I don't want to talk bad about their product. Okay, I cannot give it a good review, unfortunately, and I'm not going to say why, and I'm not going to talk bad about it. But I will say that it is not cheap to use their services. It is a very high fee, and but that's not a bad thing because they do offer a lot of good stuff. And this app is really geared towards those owner-operators that will use these tools in their business. Okay, unfortunately, you have to pay for the service to use their GPS. So I do not use their GPS, so I cannot give an accurate review on how their GPS works. What does work on the free service, which I really do like, although I don't find myself using it quite often, is as I zoom out here, you see the P, the two P's there, and that T over there to the right. So if I were to click on the T, let's see what it does. It's a Thornton's. So it's actually a truck stop or truck parking of some type, and it'll say here, drivers are reporting if there's many parking spots, if it's full, if there's some left. This is a really great tool. If I need to find a parking spot, I'm running low on hours, I don't know where to go, I'm not familiar with this area, I don't know where Warrenville, Illinois is, I don't know this area, right? So basically, it's going to tell you how many parking spots are available. So let me look for something that's closer to where I am right now here in California. So let's look. Let's see what this W is. This W is the closest thing to me. Oakwood Street. Drivers are reporting that it's closed. Now the bad thing about this is the prediction is locked because you have to pay for the subscription. Also, if you notice where it says closed, 22 hours ago, 1 day ago. That's one thing I've noticed with all of their locations. 18 hours ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, there's many parking spots. So that's a long time ago, 18 hours ago. I mean, how can I say for sure that's accurate? I have run into an issue where it says there's plenty of parking, and I get there and there's not. So I think this, here we go. This is a pilot 35 minutes ago. So this one's a little bit more accurate, and most likely because this is a more busy area where I clicked on. This is right off the Interstate 5, a really busy pilot. So 35 minutes ago, there's many. So I would say that's probably very reliable. Okay. See, if I want to know all the information, I got to start a trial, and it's not cheap. So I do use it very rarely for these instances where I want to see what's the parking looking like. And if I see something that says 36 minutes ago like that, I'm going to say it's reliable. If I see anything that's more than a day old, then I cannot rely on that information, and that happens a lot. There's a lot of a day ago plus information. Say 1 day ago. So it's hard for me to really rely on that. So I rarely use this app, unfortunately. Great app if you use all the options and pay for the subscription. All right, moving on. So next one over, Truck Driver Power. Now this one very similar to Trucker Path, and it's 100% free. It does not cost anything, and I use this app every single day. I actually use this as my main GPS. I use this app, Google Maps, and my Qualcomm GPS, all three of them simultaneously. I use my Google Maps for my final destination. So that way it gives me my overall miles and also my overall delays, because it will give you delays several hours in advance. This app right here, Truck Driver Power, I use this for sometimes going to my final location or going to my fuel stops or wherever I'm going short distances in between. So basically I match it to my Qualcomm. Wherever I'm going on my Qualcomm, that's where I have this going as well. The reason why I like this over the Qualcomm is, for one, it has a very, very similar map structure as Google Maps. So I can zoom in and see exactly, just like in Google Maps. I can go see that dock again, just like in Google Maps. Now this is not Google Maps though. It's a map box. So, but you know what? Still same quality, and I really enjoy it. So a few things I really like about this app. So let me actually route to something here. We'll route to San Francisco again. San Francisco, California, for my current location. All right, so it's going to start routing. All right, so it gives me options for a couple of different routes. I'll just select whichever one it highlighted for me there. All right, now this is where I really like this app. So let me hit so my next stop says I'll be there at 10:16 p.m. tonight. It's 268 miles. So let me hit the go button. It's going to ask you, what are you hauling? I'm not sure why you really asked this, because it's going to be the same route. So I don't know if it's for their records, but anyways, I just select what I'm hauling, which is reefer. Now what I really like is, if you notice on the top middle and to the top right, there's two little icons that just popped up. One is the timer. So I'm actually timing how long I'm driving, and then to the right, the other little green icon with the road symbol is how many miles I drove today. So I really like that, because the Qualcomm and also Google Maps, it doesn't show you how long it's taking you to do this or how many miles have you driven since you've started. So I really like those. Those are always up on the screen, and I really enjoy that. The only thing I wish they would add to here, which they're missing, and you find these in like the really high-end trucking GPSs that you like stick to the dashboard or into the windshield, that should tell you what mile marker you're on and also which town or city you're driving through. If they could add those two elements to this would be 100% a great replacement for those $500 GPS systems, because you can do so much more. There's more. We're not done. I can actually let people track me if you wanted to. You can set up a friends list. So for example, the Fabulous 7, I have 7 people I went to orientation with. We want to meet up on the road. We want to know where we're at. I can actually, they just click on Trucker John, and they can actually look, where am I on the map? And if they have an account, they can actually see how close they are to me. And they will get alerted when we're close to each other. And I will get an alert also saying, hey, you're close to Gary. Now we can call each other and say, hey, we're in the area around the same time. You want to stop to have lunch? you know, or no, don't have time, whatever. I don't want to see your face. Yeah, whatever it is. So that's really cool. And also, I know, like my buddy over here, JBG Travels, he lets anybody look at him. So you can click on his beacon if you're signed up in here, and if you're one of his friends, you can see where he is in real time all the time. Moving on from there, it gives you weather conditions, which will give you alerts, which is really helpful. Let's see here. You can search for jobs. If you want to look for jobs, there you go. Set up a profile. Your profile. So here's another cool thing. You set up your little profile here. So if you guys want to find me, Truck Driver Power, I'm TruckerJohn 2020. Send me a friend request. So you know, little fun games you can do. There's achievements. How many runs have I done since I've had this app? Contributions. So you can actually mark, just like in Trucker Path, how many parking spots are open in this area. And so I've done that 5 times. Those are my contributions. I've reported parking 5 different times. I'm following one person only because I really haven't found anyone. So I like this too. How many miles have I done this week, last week? How many hours I drove while on the app? Achievements. How many states I've gone. So I've gone to Oregon, California, Wyoming, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, all of them. I've gone to all the states with this app dang here. There's probably a few I have not gone through. Now there's like little indication bars at the bottom. I'm not sure why it's like that. I guess you have to drive through the state a couple times or for a certain amount of time. I'm not sure. But yeah, those are how many states I've gone through since I have had this app. I've linked my social media. And then it gives you, detailed information. So yeah, a lot of good info here on this app. Highly recommend it. Truck Driver Power. Check it out. Download it. It's really cool. Another great app. Next one over to the right. Rest Stops. Okay, so this Rest Stop app it basically reads your location. So right now, these are the nearest rest stops to me. I'm in California, so Highway 101, mile marker 190. There is a northbound and southbound rest stop. So I can just click on that. Now give me right on the map. That's where it is, right near Pismo Beach. Okay, so now I can get the address. It says reported as closed. So that's one thing I have noticed though. It says reported as closed, and sometimes they are not. I haven't run into the issue where it's been open and it should have been closed, but reported as closed. I've been there and it's been open. It gives you estimated popular hours. People can actually write reviews. It's kind of like a little Yelp for trucks, rest stops. And if you know me, if you watch my channel, you know I prefer a rest stop over a truck stop any day, anytime, unless I gotta take a shower or something. So if I wanted to look ahead, if I want to plan my trip further, like if I know I'm going to be in Arizona at the end of the day tomorrow, let me check the rest stops there, so I can actually go to my states list and look for the map. There, Arizona. Now it's going to give me which interstates am I going to be driving through while in Arizona. So let's just pick a random one. I'll say I'm on the 191, and there you are. There's looks like that's going through the national parks, which most likely I would not be doing in the truck. There we go. Here's a Greenlee County northbound and southbound. So I'll click on that. And there's the rest stop right there. So I can get the address, all the information, anything I need. What kind of spaces there are. There's truck and car spaces. I can give it a heart if I like this one. So I can always save it and go back to it another time. Get the directions. I can use Google Maps for my directions to get the actual address. So really good map, really good app, great map, great service. Highly recommend it. Rest Stops, very simple. All right, moving on, CDL Lite. This is the last one I'm gonna show. And another one that I probably don't use as much either, only because it's a little annoying to use. I get friend requests, it's kind of like Facebook. And I got like 10 friend requests here, and most likely nobody I know in here. And they're all like girls wearing skimpy outfits. So yeah, they're probably just looking for some gift cards for a video game they want to play. So yeah, definitely annoying, but what I did like about it is their services. So again, I can plan a trip. This is all free to use. You don't have to pay for it. You can use your GPS system. You can find truck stops. No, that's not what I want. parking. Okay, so their parking is actually pretty good. It's just like the other two apps, a little bit more detailed, and it's free. And same issue though is finding accurate information on how many parking spots are actually there. It's not always going to be, there's like not even nothing on this one. Let's find this. There we go. TA down over on the 5. That's pretty busy one there. So we'll go to details. There, 85% of people recommended this. Let's check out the parking. Again, look at that, 19 days ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago is the last time somebody reported parking for this TA on Interstate 5 in California, one of the busiest TAs on the entire 5. And you're telling me that they can't update 19 days ago? So yeah, there's a good chance I'm probably just gonna delete this app because it's just getting worse. But definitely check it out. CDL Life, maybe it's something that's for you. For me, I think it's definitely no bueno, so I'm just gonna delete it right now. Don't need it in my life, CDL Life, sorry. Cutting out the drama. You're done. Then of course, now these ones over here are really not pertaining to anybody except for me personally. Type S drive, that's gonna wirelessly collect, if I can talk, it will wirelessly connect through Wi-Fi my dash cam, my 360-degree dash cam. If you've seen any of my dash cam videos, it's 360 degrees. I can connect it straight to my phone. I don't have to plug it in. That's what that app's for. Right below that, Uber. If I'm in a destination somewhere and I want to go check something out, I'll hop in an Uber and go. So, my truck can't fit there, so I'll get my Uber and keep on going. DJI Fly, that's my drone app for the little Sparrow. And then Prism Live, I just started using that. Prism Live is actually pretty good if you do not have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and you want to do a live stream. You can use Prism Live and get right into YouTube and do a live stream. I downloaded it because I want to do a live stream once I start doing lives with the little Sparrow. I want to send the little Sparrow out and actually live stream it on YouTube. So I can do that through Prism Live. That's what it's there for. So those are my apps, guys. That's what I use. Not a lot. I rely heavily on my Google Maps and my Truck Driver Power and my Qualcomm. That's pretty much it. And of course, get a map. Nothing beats a map. Get your map at the Prime store or at a truck stop or on Amazon. It's probably cheaper. Just get one of those Rand McNally, 50-page, hard-colored, laminated maps. You can never go wrong with those. Always great information, very useful, gives you an overall view of what you're doing. You get the same thing on Google Maps too, but sometimes having that map right in front of you is the best thing to have. All right, guys, hope this helps a little. I finally checked this off my list of videos I needed to make. So thanks for stopping by, and I will see you down the road.